I've been trying to find a way of holding a rodent bottle like this inside a glass tank and sticking it so you don't need to hang it from the lid or anything. So the ideal thing that I found was this tool holder, which actually clips over the bottle, which will hold it into place. But then I was thinking, how do I hold the bracket onto the glass? So I went along to my local hardware store, Wilkinson's, and I've got some of these brackets which are self-adhesive. I've got some of them already opened here. They come with a self-adhesive pad like that. So the idea is that this will fit inside, the clips will go inside the tool holder like that. So then that way the bottle bracket will hold on, so it's like that. And then you can peel the back off and I'll stick it to the glass, but I'll show you how to hold this bracket on first. Now the best way that I found to do it is to get yourself a hammer and then from the curved edge here, just flatten it down like that. And then do the same with the other bracket and flatten it down. So you can see it's raised up. Just flatten it down like that. So it's quite thin now, as you can see. But then if you get your tool holder and then just slide it onto the bits that you flattened down, as so, and then push the other one on as well. So that should hold the bottle clip quite firmly in place. Now you should be able to get a screwdriver. I'm going to give it a go now. This may or may not work. And just put it on the lip there, if you can see. And then just give that a few hits with a screwdriver. I'll show you in a minute once I hit it. Just try and bend it over a little bit to stop the bottle clip from coming off of the brackets, even though we're going to stick it, so it shouldn't do. But I just find it holds it a bit more firmly in place. Now this one here is still a bit loose, so I'm just going to take that off and give it another bit of a bash. Flatten it down a bit like that, so it's not, you want it nice and tight really. So then that just should slip in there like that. Push it down nice and firm so it goes into the bottom of the bracket. And again, I'm just going to get my screwdriver. Looks a bit awkward, but it's not really. And then just get my screwdriver and put that on top of the end flap again. And then just flatten it down like that. So then you've made yourself a little clamp that looks like that. And then the bottle should then pop into there, that way up, and that will hold the bottle on. So now we're going to stop the video and I'll show you how I've stuck it onto the tank. So here you can see that I've properly take the bottle off the holder. Here you can see that I've properly curved over the edges of the clip to make it so it doesn't fall off when I pull it. So it's pretty solid on there now. Okay, so what we need to do is you need to find out what height you're going to put it in your tank. Now a gerbil should stand up really and not be too hunched over when you've got it. And then make sure you line it up. The best way to do it so you know where you want it is to hold the bracket where you think that you want it. So I think I want mine about there. And then get yourself a Sharpie pen. So if you get a Sharpie, and then just mark the bottom of where you're going to put it on your glass. So at least when you take the pads off, as you can see I've made 2 marks on the glass now. So then when you take, there's salt and pepper, my 2 little gerbils, and what you want to do is you want to take the back of these off. Now these stick really well, and if you mess it up then you've messed it completely up. So you want to make sure that you don't push it onto the glass until you know you've got it in the place you want it. So I can see now by the outside here I want my bottom 2 lines just to be in line with that. I've gone a tiny bit wrong, so I'm just going to unstick it. So I probably want mine about there. So before I push it onto the glass I want to make sure that it's straight. I think that looks kind of straight to me, maybe a little bit high on that side. So okay, and once it's on, push it onto the glass, and you can see it sticking to the glass because the colour will actually change from white to grey. Just push it on nice and firmly. Make sure you push it on down the bottom, and then push it on nice and firmly here. So that's all the way around. Okay, and then once you've done that, you get your bottle, and then what I do is try and clamp it around that part of the bottle. Don't clamp it around the lid, and don't clamp it too high, because it does squeeze the bottle, and the bottle's the strongest around the bottom of the actual bottle itself. So then when you actually stick it in, you want to actually just push the bottle in, and then you can see the bottle sits at quite a good height. Okay, so if you just come down with the camera a little bit, the best height for the bottle is just there, so there's no gap really between the lid and the bracket. Now you'll find that that'll stick in place, and that's the perfect height for the gerbils. As you can see, Pepper's just modelling it for you there, which is a great little shot. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and yeah, a brilliant way of doing it. Thank you very much for watching.